and Moto3 victories for Vinales, but the pressure is on him from the last two results in Mugello and Barcelona.
Yeah, just 7 points clear of Andrejevic, so Maverick Vinales. Sounds like the factory Yamaha men will be going for the hard rear tyre. Lynn Jarvis telling Dylan that they can't make the medium last over the distance without some severe wear. Dylan?
Well, someone who's going with the soft tyre front and rear is Johan Zarco, and I'm down here with Hervé Poncharal. Hervé, you just had a last word with Johan there, I think. What words of encouragement did you give him?
I'm not going to tell you. This is a secret in between him and me. No, you know, I think for sure it's a great feeling to be in pole position. It's a great feeling to, you know, have done the weekend we've done so far. But, you know, doesn't mean so much to be on pole, especially after such a few laps on the dry. You could see that tires options are almost, you know, from softest to hardest. The two factory guys, Yamaha, are hard rear, full hard rear. We are soft. We don't know. There will be a lot of things to be discovered because, as I said earlier, not so many laps on the dry. The temperature is now rising. The sun is almost out. Honestly, I don't know what to say. The only thing I can tell you, it's going to be a great race, big battle. We could see some, you know, riders fast in the beginning, getting slower, opposite, you know, a bit slow start and catching in the end. The only thing we hope is, you know, the weather is going to stay dry and everybody will have a safe race.
Hey, Hervé, thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, Hervé Poncharal doesn't know either. I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen in this race. What makes it such a great race. Alicia Spargo, of course, on the Aprilia, out-qualified by his teammate Sam Lowe. That's the first time that's happened this season. He's had a very, very difficult time since he arrived at Aprilia, isn't he, Alicia Spargo? He is a former pole setter here.
There's Andrea Iannone with a lot of work to do from 16th place on the grid, still having difficulties getting accustomed to that factory Suzuki GSX-RR. Dylan?
Yeah, guys, I'm just down here on the grid for one more, someone who had an extremely impressive qualifying yesterday, Sam Lowe. Sam, so much talk, so much speculation. You kind of proved them wrong yesterday. Can you do the same in the race?
Yeah, I feel good. I think that, of course, a full dry race with not many laps is difficult for everybody. We obviously need to pick the pace up a little bit in the dry, but Friday was quite good, so I'm looking forward to trying to get a good start, hang in there, and yeah, have my best race of the season.
And you've gone soft, is that correct?
For me, it's the only tyre I did more than 5 laps on Friday, so it's really the only option we have.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sam. Good luck.
Yeah, Sam Lowe is absolutely flying, and he's still qualified in 10th place on the fourth row of the grid when the engine blew up right in front of Valentino Rossi. But he really looked in good nick, did Sam Lowe. As did Carol Abraham for much of the weekend. In the end, qualifying wasn't so good, and he starts from 18th place.
Yeah, Hervé Poncharal's point was great. Nobody has done anywhere near full race distance on a set of slick tyres, so it really is going to be a big gamble. Who's made the right choice? That's going to be the key thing. There is Pol Espargaro on the factory KTM RC16, the 25-year-old Spaniard. His best finishing Aston, a third in 2010 on the 125s. He won, of course, from pole position in Moto2, and you've got to go all the way back to 21st on the grid to see Jorge Lorenzo. We haven't been that far back on the grid to see Lorenzo since the Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez in 2003. It gives you an indication of just what a nightmare qualifying it was for Lorenzo yesterday.
Yeah, it's so disappointing after that result in Barcelona. He rode quite brilliantly to finish in 4th place. Well, it's been one hell of a season so far. We really don't know what is going to happen today, but just what has happened so far, it should be a cracking race. Well, that's it up to now. Round 8 of the MotoGP World Championship. 26 laps of this legendary Assen circuit, and a new man in pole position. Prepare for what could be the race of the season.
Trusting tyre choices on that second row. Rossi on the hard rear, Redding on the medium rear, and Folger on the soft rear. Bit of a mix-up as well on the front row. Zarco going soft and soft.
So here is the front row of the grid for this 8th round of the World Championship. Danilo Petrucci, the world champion Marc Marquez, and for the first time ever, Moto2 world champion Johan Zarco on pole.
fast race, big battle. We could see some, riders fast in the beginning, getting slower, opposite, a bit slow start and catching in the end. The only thing we hope is, the weather is going to stay dry and everybody will have a safe race.
Hey, Hervé, thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, Hervé Poncharal doesn't know either. I don't think anybody knows what's going to happen in this race. What makes it such a great race. Aleix Espargaro, of course, on the Aprilia, out-qualified by his teammate Sam Lodes. That's the first time that's happened this season. He's had a very, very difficult time since he arrived at Aprilia, isn't he, Aleix Espargaro? He is a former pole setter here.
There's Andrea Iannone with a lot of work to do from 16th place on the grid, still having difficulties getting accustomed to that factory Suzuki GSX-R, Dylan.
Yeah, guys, I'm just down here on the grid for one more. Someone who had an extremely impressive qualifying yesterday, Sam Lowe. Sam, so much talk, so much speculation. You kind of proved them wrong yesterday. Can you do the same in the race?
Yeah, I feel good. I think that, of course, a full dry race with not many laps is difficult for everybody. We need obviously to pick the pace.
Sylvain Ginsley on the Suzuki. Happy Siren. Is that Dovizioso as well? Fire from the side. Down he went, on the fraction of Cathy. Clapton didn't believe it. They're trying to get that bike out. They're looking to Dovizioso now. I hope he's okay because he looked hurt. Nowhere to touch the air. He's rolled through the tarmac, run up quite a few times there. Wonder if we might see him Fabio Quartararo. A shocker for Andrea Dovizioso. Marc Marquez now has well a Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki. Is that Dovizioso as well? Fire from the side. Down he went, on the fraction of Cathy. Clapton didn't believe it. They're trying to get that bike out. They're looking to Dovizioso now. I hope he's okay because he looked hurt.
This legendary Assen venue. Red flag has been taken away. Johan Zarco on pole.
Zarco got away well, but Marc Marquez got the dream start from the middle of that front row. Surely it will be Marquez that will get the whole shot. Zarco, though, holds firm, leaves his braking really late. Rossi's up into third place from fourth, running up into fourth as well. Zarco, though, briefly passed by Marquez on the run down the first corner. The Frenchman leads.
Zarco where he wants to be with a softer combination tyres. Good start by Valentino Rossi up into third place. They come into the Struben corner for the first time and then they explode like a cork out of the box down through the beam slag.
Jonas Folger's had a bit of a nightmare.
Is that Dovizioso as well?
Oh, Sam Lowe's has crashed out. Sam Lowe's was running in 15th place. He'd started in a MOTO GP best qualifying of 10th. So Sam Lowe's, that's frustration. You can see there written all over his face. He knew that was an opportunity to score points for only the second time in his MotoGP career. The last thing he needed when he's riding for his future, of course. So much speculation that
inside he goes. It's a last lap humdinger here in Valencia. Jack Miller. There's no room there, but he finds room. Brilliant. How aggressive was that from Franco Morbidelli? It's all on the line here in Valencia. Mir on the brink of the world title, but who will take the win here? Awesome last lap already, and we've got another half a minute to go. Mir's on his final lap. To MotoGP glory! I thought there was a move coming there into turn 8, but he thinks better of it. Now then, Jack Miller. Is there going to be any way through? Can he be close enough to try and pinch the inside line through turn number 11? He's going to try and line it up through turn 10. Is he going to be close enough? Here we go. Oh no! They almost touch. How close was that? Now then, will Miller be able to try and slipstream Morbidelli's Yamaha out of the final corner? Or is Morbidelli going to cling on to a brilliant victory here? That was a clever defensive move from Franco Morbidelli into turn 11, and Jack's now going to somehow find any time at all. I don't think he's close enough. Jack Miller. Is there going to be any way through? Can he be close enough to try and pinch the inside line through turn number 11? He's going to try and line it up through turn 10. Is he going to be close enough? Here we go. Oh no! They almost touch. How close was that? Now then, will Miller be able to try and slipstream Morbidelli's Yamaha out of the final corner? Or is Morbidelli going to cling on to a brilliant victory here? That was a clever defensive move from Franco Morbidelli into turn 11, and Jack's now going to somehow find any time at all. I don't think
Les having another pop at Rossi, and it went slightly wrong because he's just lost a bit of ground, hasn't he? And the two Pramac Ducati boys.
Or is Morbidelli going to cling on to a brilliant victory here. That was a clever defensive move from Franco Morbidelli into turn 11, and Jack's now got to somehow find any time at all. I don't think he's close enough. Mir's on the brink of the MOTO GP World Championship. It's going to be a drag to the line for the race win. Who will take it out of the last corner? Here comes Miller in the slipstream. He needs some mechanic power. He's not. Morbidelli wins in Valencia. Miller's second. Out of the final corner. Oh, is Morbidelli going to cling on to a brilliant victory here? That was a clever defensive move from Franco Morbidelli into turn 11, and Jack's now got to somehow find Miller in the slipstream. He needs some mechanic power. He's not. Morbidelli wins in Valencia. Miller's second. It's from Rossi and Rings with Vinales then following Morbidelli.
Battered into quite.
Dovizioso